Okay, so it's sharp 11. We can start. First of all, good morning, everyone. I know it's a Sunday, but most of y'all requested that we have a quiz on a Sunday morning despite a weekend. So here we are for a mega quiz. And the syllabus for this mega quiz, as already mentioned to y'all, it's going to be first, second, third, and fourth chapters, right? So it's basically the whole of the first book, like a mini sort of revision for your term one boards. Yeah. Okay. Okay, most of you are already here, but in the meanwhile, I do the introductions. I urge you all to contact any of your friends who wants to give a quiz and ask them to come join quickly because we will start in a couple of minutes. Yeah. Okay. Shweta is here. Good morning, Shweta. Yash is also with us. Hi, Yash. Cool. So keep joining, guys. In the meanwhile, we'll do our intros. Yeah. So I'll just quickly go through it. So as most of y'all know, my name is Nikitha, and I'm the history educator here at Unacademy Scholars channel, and I take classes for both standard 11th and 12th. And also information about the scholars telegram channel. Like there's one telegram channel exclusively for scholars. If you haven't joined it already, I highly urge you all to go join it, and the link for which is in the description below of this video. So basically it gives you updates about what is happening on the scholars YouTube channel, as in any cancellation of classes or any postponing of classes and stuff like that. You will be given information on the telegram channel. And quick information about the emerge, which is a scholarship test which is happening for standard 11th. For this week it's going to happen from 25th of September to 28th of September. Again, the link for which is in the description below. Go enroll yourself. You will be able to take like free live mock tests which are aligned with the latest CBSE guidelines, and so many other benefits you'll have. So quickly go enroll yourself and make the most out of it. Uh, Quickly glancing through Unacademy's Plus and Iconic subscriptions. So when it comes to Plus, right, you have n number of features. Firstly, you can actually learn live from the comfort of your own houses. There are unlimited access to courses, and these are taught by top educators of India, right? There are regular doubt clearing sessions, answer writing sessions, along with practice tests and live test series. And there's also exhaustive coverage of syllabus by the top educators at Unacademy Plus. There's mentorship given to you, there's guidance given to you, along with access to study materials in the form of PDF, right? These are very, very helpful during the times of revision. And as far as pricing is concerned, there are 6 ranges of subscription, let's say. Depends on the duration. So the first one is a 3 month, the next is a 9 month, next it's 12, 15, 18, and 24. Again, the prices will vary from month, from range to range, obviously. Have a look at them and go ahead with whichever one you want to. And if we move to Iconic, here the features are even better and greater than Plus. So there's personal mentorship provided, there are live doubt solving sessions, there are weekly reports, parent connect, and also study planners. So here as well, the durations are the same, just like Plus, but the pricing might change a little bit here, up and down. So again, quickly have a look for a couple of seconds and then decide whichever one you want to. And lastly, before actually moving on to the quiz, there's some kind of special content which you can actually avail from the Unacademy's learning app. Yeah, so for that, the ways you can actually access them is first by downloading the Unacademy learning app on your mobile phone using the Google Play Store or the App Store, and then log into the app with proper credentials, right? The username or password, whatever, and then select your goal, which is 12 standard. And then on the menu button in the top left corner, there's an option called special. Click on that and it'll ask you for a code, which is TUM10. Like you can use this code and get access to the free content, right? So that's about that. Okay. Okay. So many other people join. First of all, good morning, everyone, whoever joined right now. Okay, without any further ado, we will quickly go into the quiz. Okay, cool. So there's the code for you. Y'all know the procedure. Go to Google, type www.menti.com, and you can use the code which is right on the screen here, which is 26981858. I'm repeating again, 26981858. Okay. Please join quickly so that we can start early and also finish early. Nice background, man. Yeah, like Menti has all these like real like cool features, like cool backgrounds. They're very helpful. Okay. Guys, I highly request you all to please join with your own names so that I'll know who is answering what, right? If possible, please. Okay. 14 of y'all are here. Also, like for some reason, if there's any technical glitch and y'all are not able to join Menti because it's not really like a reliable platform, to be very honest, it keeps glitching all the time. So for some reason, if you're not able to join, you can still keep answering in the chat box itself, like YouTube chat box. Yeah. Okay, so I think we can start. Guys, should we start or should we wait for a couple of seconds for like if you like y'all do y'all know anybody who is yet to join? Should we start? Please wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Mixed responses. Cool. Okay then, since it's already 11:08, I think it's best to start. But if anybody joins in between, they can continue from there, right? Because we've already given like 8 minutes of grace time. That's more than enough, I suppose. Cool. So, just to give you a brief format, like details as to what the format is going to be. So, I know it's like 4 chapters, a lot of topics to cover and stuff, but we can just cover like 20 to 25 questions in a 1 hour session. And like more than that, also like will be really like boring and tiring. So, I've just restricted myself to 6 questions from each chapter, right? So, that gives us 6 into 4, 24 questions. And for some of the questions are really like long questions or like tricky ones, so I was not able to include all of them in the Menti app. So what I did was I've given only 17 using the Menti, and I have the other set of questions which you will be answering in the normal chat box itself. Yeah, like YouTube chat box. So after the quiz, just hold on because we still have another set of questions coming. Yeah. Okay. Make it quick, Raviraj, because it's already 11:10. Okay, high demand. We'll start. Cool. So, all the best, guys. Be quick in answering because you'll be having points for that as well. Okay, the first question is up on the screen. Which of these following sites of Harappan civilization belong to Haryana? Is it Kalibangan? Is it Lothal? Is it Banavali or Shotagai? Which of these belong to the Haryana, like present day Haryana? Be quick, guys. The time's almost up. Okay, majority of y'all are correct, which is Banavali, right? So Banavali is in present day Haryana, and as far as other sites are concerned, Kalibangan is in Rajasthan, right? Lothal is in Gujarat, and Shotagai is not even like in the Indian landmass. It comes under the present day Afghanistan, right? Okay, people are answering in the chat box also. Cool. Yeah, Banavali is the right answer, Shweta. Keep going. Okay, that was a good job done. Okay, we'll quickly have a look at the leaderboard because this is kind of motivating for people to answer quickly. Aditya is the fastest and therefore he's leading, topping the leaderboard, just followed by Yash and Shweta. Good job, guys. Keep going. Okay, question 2. From where did Harappans get gold? Is it from central India? Is it from Rajasthan? Is it from Chota Nagpur region or South India? From where did the Harappans get gold? Gold, gold. Which region was it? Okay, the time is up. Let's look at the answers. Okay, again, majority of you are correct, which is South India, right? Especially in the modern day Karnataka, there are a lot of gold mines. So, and like gold was very rarely available in the northern part of India, and that is why Harappans came all the way from the northern parts till the southern regions, especially in the present day Karnataka, where they used to get a lot of gold, right? In exchange for that, they used to give food grains in return and also like seals and tools. Cool. Okay, a quick look at the leaderboard. This time Tanishq was the fastest, but Kritika is topping it just with a very little margin, 3 points. Also, like Sananda was the fastest. Cool. Question 3. The Director General of the ASI, which is Archaeological Survey of India, who was this person who brought military precision to the practice of archaeology? Who was this? Who brought military precision to the practice of archaeology in India? Okay, that was a fair distribution of answers, but 13 of y'all are right, which is R.E.M. Wheeler, right? So he played a very crucial role in the development of the Indian archaeology. Sorry, in the development of Indian archaeology, and the fact that he himself was a military person, like a part of the military organization back in his hometown. Uh, to be very sure, it was in Scotland. Yeah. So he served as the military man there and he had all those logics and tactics. He brought that precision to the practice of Indian archaeology once he was appointed as the Director General in India. Right? Cool. Okay, leaderboard. Again, नाम में क्या रखा है? I don't know, guys. Like, please join with your original names. I mean, it's funny to a certain extent, but I highly request you all to use your own names. But whatever, that particular person was the fastest, and Kritika is still topping it. So, good job, guys. Also, by the way, a couple of 11th standard people are here. Aditya, good morning, but like, this is not your session, so yeah, you're free to leave. Okay. Question 4. Exchanges were regulated by a precise system of weights. All of us know that weights were in circulation. But what were these weights usually made up of? Like, they were made up of a stone. And what is that stone name called? Right? Which stone in particular was used to make uh, weights? These are used for exchanges. We've studied in great detail. Which stone is that? 1 second and time's up. Okay, that was a fair distribution. 12 of you are correct, for which the answer is chert. Yeah, chert is this amazing stone which was used to make weights because it kind of gave that stability to the weight system. And as far as steatite is concerned, steatite was also majorly used by the people of Harappan civilization, but not for weights. In fact, steatite was a very soft material which was used for making seals, right? We've studied that also. Steatite seals, chert for weights. And carnelian and jasper, these are other precious stones which are used for making so many beads or like for decorative items, right? Because they're kind of expensive. Okay. Again, venture was the fastest. Kritika is still topping it. I think she's equally on par with Tanishq. So we have two people topping the leaderboard right now. Good job, Kritika and Tanishq. Okay, question 5. According to a rock inscription in Sanskrit, composed around 2nd century CE, the Sudarshana lake was repaired by a king, right? Who was that king? Not built, but I'm asking who repaired the Sudarshana lake? Is it Gautami Puttasiri Satakani? Is it Kanishka? Is it Rudradaman or Bindusara? Who was this? Okay, fair enough. The answer is Rudradaman, right? Okay, just to give you like background as to who built the Sudarshana Lake, it was built somewhere during the Mauryan era, right? It was there, and then as time passed by, some kind of repairs was there because of some storm. It completely got ruined, and that is where Rudradaman stepped in. Rudradaman one, he stepped in to repair the Sudarshana Lake. This is in present day Gujarat, I suppose. Yeah, and also he claims in the rock inscription that he did not collect taxes from the people. In fact, he used his own money from like his own personal wealth to repair the Sudarshana Lake. Right? So that's kind of like a boastful nature. Okay. Fair enough. Ravi Raj was the fastest this time, but Kritika is topping it. Okay, to in order to answer Tanishq's question, we do not really have like a proper source as to who built it, right? It's not been deciphered yet because even in the inscription it says that the credit goes for the Mauryans, like Mauryans as a whole, who built the Sudarshana Lake, but the particular name of the emperor was not mentioned on the inscription Tanishq, so we don't know who built it. Okay, so question 6. Who issued the first coins bearing the names of the kings? Be very, very careful, guys. Which kings issued the coins bearing the names and images of the kings for the first time in the history of Indian subcontinent? Was it Indo-Greeks? Was it Shakas? Was it Kushanas or Shatavahanas? Cool. Again, a fair share, but the answer is Indo-Greeks, right? They were the first to issue the names of the kings on the coins. But as far as Kushanas are concerned, they also have significance in terms of issuing new variety of coins, right? Their significance is that they have issued gold coins for the first time in India. Yeah, so don't get confused. When the question asks who issued the coins bearing the names of the kings, it's Indo-Greeks. Whereas when the question is regarding the gold coins, it's Kushanas. Right? Okay. Cool. Okay, Kritika is still the fastest and therefore still topping it. Good job, Kritika. Okay, question 7. Name the languages in which Ashoka inscriptions were written. Be very, very careful, guys. Last time I gave the same question. So many of y'all got this wrong. Read the options carefully. Is it Pali, Prakrit, and Greek? Pali, Prakrit, and Aramaic? Prakrit, Sanskrit, and Aramaic? Prakrit, Aramaic, and Greek. Which languages were used to issue Ashoka inscriptions? Oh, wow, that was a really like random distribution of answers, but only five of you all got this right, and the answer is Prakrit, Aramaic, and Greek. Please remember this, guys. I can't stress this enough. It's Prakrit, obviously, because Prakrit was like the common people language there in the country, right? So remember that it's Prakrit, and Ashoka always issued inscriptions in a state where people could actually read them. If they were issued in Sanskrit, the fact that people don't know to read Sanskrit, that's a waste of time, right? Because people can't read it anyways. So Ashoka made it a point to issue it in Prakrit. And as far as Aramaic and Greek are concerned, I've already mentioned this in the class once that especially in the northwestern frontier of India, like present day Pakistan, Taxila, Afghanistan, and all these regions, there was a lot of Greek influence because just before the Mauryans arrived, Alexander ruled over a large part of the northwestern India. So, because of the presence of Alexander, there was a lot of Greek influence, like Greek culture, Greek society, Greek language was very predominantly used. Like along with Greek, Aramaic was also favored by Alexander. Yeah, so there was a lot of influence, and even after Alexander died, yeah, people still continued using Aramaic and Greek. So many people spoke it there. So many people could understand Aramaic and Greek. So when it comes to the northwestern frontier, Aramaic and Greek were used, and in the normal parts of the Indian subcontinent, Prakrit was widely used. Right? So please remember this. Cool. We'll quickly have a look at the leaderboard. Okay, Sananda was the fastest, and okay, Kritika and Tanishq have gotten this wrong, therefore they step down. Okay, Kanan is leading now. Good job, Kanan. Read the questions very, very carefully, guys, because sometimes they're really confusing. Yeah. Okay, question 8. Mandsaur stone inscription records the history of a guild of who, like which occupations people history is mentioned as a part of Mandsaur stone inscription. Were they goldsmiths? Were they potters? Were they silk weavers or none of the above? Mandsaur stone inscription, history of guilds, who was it? Okay, that was a fair answer. The answer is silk weavers, right? So they've also claimed in the inscription that they were from some other place, but they traveled all the way to Mandsaur just because they heard that the ruler in Mandsaur was a very, very noble king. Like he was very kind to people, he was carrying on all these welfare activities which are benefiting people, and that is why they traveled all the way to Mandsaur. And these are a guild of silk weavers, right? Only silk weavers association. Okay. Leaderboard. Tanishq was the fastest. Good job, Tanish. But Kanan is still leading it. Cool. You all are doing great, guys. Keep going. Okay, we'll have a look at question 9. A forest dweller like Ekalavya was called as dash. Like, what is the technical term which was given to forest dwellers back in those days? Was it Chandala? Was it Suvarnakara? Was it Nishada or Rathakaras? Okay, the answer is Nishada, right? So Nishada were obviously these forest dwellers who always used in, like, obviously as the name suggests, they lived in the forest. And we've looked at this whole Ekalavya episode, right? Like Ekalavya comes to the what was that master's name? Dronacharya, right? Yeah. So he comes to Dronacharya and asking him to teach him archery and all that stuff. But the mere fact that he was a forest dweller slash Nishada, they were basically considered as like lower castes. So Ekalavya was refused. Like the request of Ekalavya was rejected by Dronacharya. Yeah, but eventually he learnt him himself. Anyways, he considered Dronacharya as his guru. Yeah, like that whole episode, the very source box. Again, it's very, very important. So please go back to your textbook and read the whole episode again. Yeah, and yeah, so as far as the meanings of other terms are concerned, Chandalas are basically untouchables who were supposed to live outside the villages. Suvarnakaras are goldsmiths, yeah, and Rathakaras are people who are involved in the making of chariots. Yeah, chariots were used by kings in warfare. Yeah, so these were the occupations. Yeah, dog wala incident, right? He shots the dog and all that stuff, right? Yeah. Guru Dronacharya. Thanks, Yash. Cool. So, a quick look at the leaderboard tells us that I think no, Yash was the fast. No, Raviraj. Raviraj was the fastest. Good job, Ravi. Also, Kanan is still topping it. Nice. Okay, quickly moving on to question 10. Panini's Ashtadhyayi is a Sanskrit work on which of the following genres? Yeah? Was it a work on Sanskrit plays, Sanskrit mantras, Sanskrit grammar, or Sanskrit history? Panini was the author, Ashtadhyayi is the book name. Yeah? What was the content? Plays, mantras, grammar, history. Okay, only 3 of y'all got this right, surprisingly, guys. The answer is grammar, it's not mantras. I don't know, for some reason you've put it as mantras, but the answer is grammar. Yeah, I've asked this question last time also, but most of y'all got this wrong. That is why I put this up again. Please be very careful, it's grammar. Yeah, so again, a very, very important question asked very frequently in the previous boards as well. So please remember it's grammar. Okay. That might change the dynamics of the leaderboard a little bit. Yeah, it'll sure does. Okay, cool. So Tanishq regained his spot. Good job, Tanishq. Kritika is back into the top two, followed by Kanan and Sananda. Cool. Question 11. Which of the following strategies were evolved by Brahmanas to enforce the norms of Varna order from 600 BCE to 600 CE? Read the questions properly. Read the options properly. Emphasize the Varna system is divine. Brahmins convinced people that their status was determined by birth. Advised kings to ensure that people follow the norms of Varna system, or all of the above. What is the strategy of the Brahmins? Yeah, that was a fair answer. The answer is all of the above, right? Like literally, to put it very crudely, Brahmins tried their level best, like in every way possible, to kind of enforce the norms of the Varna order onto the society, right? Some people kind of started opposing it, like especially other religions, right? Like Buddhism, Jainism, and also other small local traditions which were coming up. Also, people from lower caste, they started questioning, like, why should we follow the Varna order? Obviously, Brahmins should justify it somehow, right? In order to be like, no, we are correct. Like you are supposed to follow Varna order, and that is why they adopted all these strategies, like convincing people, saying that they are divine, like divine as in like God gifted them, like because the God gifted them, they are at the top of the Varna order, like stuff like that. They've adopted like n number of strategies to convince people to follow the Varna order, right? So the answer is all of the above. Okay, that was a good job done mostly. Cool. So again, no name is the fastest. Tanishq is still topping it. Not far behind is Kritika and also Kanan. Keep going, guys. Cool. So it's question 12. What was the objective of the team of V.S. Suktankar? Supposed to be a very easy question. I'm hoping people get this right. Objective of the team of V.S. Suktankar: translating Mahabharata to English, translating Manusmriti to Tamil, preparing critical edition of Manusmriti, or preparing critical edition of Mahabharata. What was the main objective of the team of V.S. Suktankar? Again, that was a fair distribution. I'm sorry for 8 of y'all who've got this wrong, but the answer is option D, preparing a critical edition of Mahabharata, right? They've almost worked for like so many years. I think almost like 14 years, if I'm getting the number right. Yeah, they worked for so many years and compiled, like gathered different versions of Mahabharata from different parts of the Indian subcontinent. The team has worked on it, and their main objective was to prepare a critical edition of Mahabharata, right? So the answer is D, guys. Okay, 47 years. Okay, I'm sorry, I think I got the number wrong, but please check it out in the textbook. Okay, thanks Pratibha and Ravi. It's 47 apparently, guys. Okay. Okay, for some reason everybody misclicked for this question. No problem. It's good that you all know the answer. Keep it that way. Cool. That might change the dynamics a little bit. No, it didn't, because Tanishq is still topping it. Kanan occupies the second place and also was the fastest. Good job, guys. Okay, question 13. The religious philosophy in Iran during the mid first millennium BC was dash. What philosophy was being followed in Iran? Option A, Confucianism. Option B, Zarathustra. Option C, Mycenaean. Option D, none of the above. Which religious philosophy was followed in Iran in mid first millennium BC? Yes, fair enough. It's Zarathustra, right? Zarathustrism. Yeah. So that philosophy was being followed in Iran. And as far as the first option, Confucianism, is concerned, it was the religious philosophy in China, right? For the founder was Confucian, like his name was Confucian, right? And as far as the third option is concerned, which is Mycenaean, Mycenaean was the religious philosophy in the Greek islands, right? Yeah, so again, Zarathustra is like might be looking as some kind of new word for y'all, but no, guys, Zarathustra is nothing but the religion of Parsis in India. I'm sure everybody must have heard of the word Parsis, right, within the Indian subcontinent, right? The name Parsis was derived from Persia, right? Persia is present day Iran. Iran, Zarathustra, got the connection? So these are like Parsis are the Indian branch of people who follow Zarathustra, right? Okay, cool. Okay, quick look at the leaderboard. Kritika was the fastest. Tanishk is still topping it. Just below him, not too far away, is Kanan. Okay. Question 14. Which Veda consists of hymns in practice of a variety of deities, especially Agni and Soma? Which Veda was it? Was it Samaveda? Was it Yajur Veda? Was it Rig Veda or Atharva Veda? Which book was it? Okay, that was a fair deal. It's Rig Veda, right? In Rig Veda, it had like three major prominent gods, which were Agni, Soma, and Indra, right? Like thousands and thousands of hymns you can actually find in Rig Veda, which kind of praise or worship these three deities, right? Agni, Soma, and Indra. Yes, it's Rig Veda. Okay. Kritika was the fastest. Kanan tops it. Just below him, not too far away, is Tanishk. Sananda is also in the race. Keep going, guys. You are doing great. Okay, question 15. What is the term which refers to three baskets? Again, easy question. I'm hoping everybody gets this right. What is the term which refers to three baskets? Is it Triratna, Tirthankara, Tripitaka, or Trishula? Okay. Fair enough. The answer is Tripitaka, right? Related to Buddhism. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, right? All basically holy books when it comes to Buddhism. So, yeah, the literal translation of Tripitaka refers to three baskets. Okay. Yash was the fastest. Good job, Yash. Um, Kanan is still topping it. Oh, okay. That was a tie between Tanishk and Kanan. Okay, Tanishk is like literally fighting for his first place. Cool. Good competitive spirit, guys. Keep going. Yeah, both are first. Kanan and Tanishk are first. Question 16. Begums of Bhopal funded for the publication of which of the following archaeologist's book? Was it James Princip book? Was it R.E.M. Wheeler's book? John Marshall's book or Alexander Cunningham's book? Begums of Bhopal were Shah Jahan Begum, right? And okay, I completely forgot the second Begum's name. Okay, but anyways, the answer is John Marshall, right? John Marshall, like, he literally took a house there, like around Sanchi Stupa in Bhopal. He resided there for a couple of years. He did extensive research on the Sanchi Stupa itself, and he basically recorded everything, right? Like, including the architecture, material used for construction, were people visiting it, were people worshipping it, everything related to the stupa. He literally wrote everything down, but in order for the report to be published, obviously he needed money, right? So all those funds were given by Begums of Bhopal. One of them was Shah Jahan Begum. Was the other one Noor Jahan? No, not Noor Jahan. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the second Begum, but these two Begums funded uh, for the publication of John Marshall's book. So yeah, thanks Kritika for the answer. Yeah, thanks Kritika, Ravi, and Ayush. It's Sultan Jahan Begum. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Sultan Jahan and Shah Jahan. Cool. Okay, Ravi, there's 30 seconds time, so please take your time. Don't be in a hurry and like quickly misclick it, right? Take your time. Cool. Okay. Tanishk was the fastest and therefore leads it. Not too far away is Kanan, Kritika, and Sunanda. Okay, we have one last question. Heads up, guys, one last question. What is often referred to as the lesser vehicle? Is it Mahayana? Is it Hinayana? Is it Vajrayana? Or none of the above? Often referred to as the lesser vehicle. Okay, what is often referred to as the lesser vehicle? The answer is Hinayana, guys. So, Hinayana were basically the original Buddhists, right? Okay, the answer is Hinayana. Again, the reason for it is nothing. We don't have a specific reason as to why they are called as lesser vehicle and why Mahayanas are called as greater vehicle. Yeah, it's just that they were addressed by Mahayanas like that because obviously this was the name given by Mahayana, right? So obviously they would give themselves credit and like good terms, right? Mahayanas call themselves great, and in order to discriminate or in order to look at them in a inferior light, they would call their opposition as lesser. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean Hinayana was lesser in literal terms. In fact, no, it was the original branch of Buddhism. Mahayanas later split from the original branch and they started going against the original values of Buddhism, right? So it's not like Hinayana was lesser because they were doing something wrong. No, that's not the case. For example, if I am there, right, like, and I have an opposition, I would have definitely called myself great and him as a loser or something, right? Why would I call myself a loser? Simple logic, right? So the lesser vehicle as a term was given to Hinayanas by Mahayanas. Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, a final look at the leaderboard. Time for the scores. Okay. Wow. That was mind blowing. Anyway, so Kanan tops it. Congratulations, Kanan. That was a good job. In fact, very consistent, right? I think he almost got like 16 questions right out of 17. That's a good job. Uh, just below him with like 1 point less is Tanishq. You also did a good job, Tanishq. Congratulations. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. We still have questions. Hold on, hold on. Others also did a great job. Getting like anywhere like 12 to 13 questions right out of 17 in itself is a great achievement. So be proud of yourselves. Okay, we're not done yet, guys. Hold on for a little bit about the congratulations. We'll quickly deal with the next set of questions. Okay. We're back. We have 7 more questions to go. The quiz is not over yet, right? These 7 questions are also from the 4 chapters itself, but Menti doesn't like support these kind of or like these format of questions, so I had to include them here, right? Try to get these right as well. So come back to your YouTube chat, like exit the Menti thing, come back to YouTube chat, and we'll keep answering it here in the chat box, right? Okay. Let me read out the question first. So there are 4 statements, right? Consider them and answer which one of them is a correct statement, right? So after independence, most of the Harappan civilization centers went over to Pakistan. The second point is the Harappan script has been deciphered. The third is rulers had an important role in Harappan civilization. And the fourth option is dead were buried in Harappa. Which of the following statements is correct? The options are right here, guys. Have a look at these options and answer them which is correct, right? Okay, I got a lot of options saying it's B, right? And yes, the answer is B, where first, third, and fourth statements are correct. Why is the second statement wrong? Yeah, because Harappan script has not been deciphered yet. We just know that the Harappan script is written in the opposite direction of the English, basically right to left. Yeah, and also we know that there are 375 to 400 characters in the Harappan script, but we don't know what those characters are. Like it hasn't been deciphered yet, right? So option 2 is not correct, and therefore all the remaining 3 are correct, which is option 1, 3, and 4. So the correct option is B. Okay, undeciphered. Right, Ayush. Cool. So that was okay. This is the next question we have. Okay, move on to the next question, guys. Consider the following statements regarding Indus Valley civilization. The first statement, the Harappan seal is probably the most distinctive feature of the Harappan civilization. Second statement, evidences of canal irrigation have been found at a site called Shotagai. Statement 3, Mohenjo-daro was a city laid in an unplanned manner. Option 4, copper was brought from Kolar region of Karnataka. Which of the following statements are incorrect? Read the question properly. I'm asking which is incorrect. Again, we'll have a look at the answers. Okay, that was like quite a fair distribution between answer B, option B and C, right? But the answer here is B, guys, which is option 3 and 4. They are wrong because Mohenjo-daro was like one such city where the city is very much planned. Yeah, it had a proper drainage system. All the houses were constructed in a grid-like pattern. Yeah, like everything was just so perfect. It had like perfect urban planning. So that's why statement 3 is false. And as far as statement 4 goes, copper was brought from Khetri region of Rajasthan, not Kolar region of Karnataka. Yeah, copper, K3, Rajasthan. Just blindly remember that. So that's why option 3 and 4 are wrong. Yeah, only first and second are correct. Okay. Pratibha, regarding the Menti quiz, it just got over. So I'm not sure what exactly you're trying to ask me. It just got over, Pratibha. Menti quiz just got over. We're dealing with a different set of questions right now on the YouTube chat itself. Okay, that's cool actually, Ravi. Good for you. Okay, cool. We'll move on to the next question. Consider the following statements about the Mauryan Empire this time. The first statement, there are 5 major political centers in the empire. Statement 2, Megasthenes wrote about the Mauryan Empire in his book Indica. Statement 3, Ashoka founded the Mauryan Empire in 321 BC. Statement 4, Ashoka used his resources to propagate Buddhism. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Okay. No, Pratibha. Menti questions are supposed to be answered in the Menti meter, right? We have answered 17 questions in the Menti app. Yeah. But these are some other extra questions I have apart from the Menti questions. Yeah. Answer these ones in the YouTube chat box. Right? I'm hoping that clears out. Okay, so anyways, here the answers are distributed between option A and B mostly, but guys, it's option B which is correct. The answer is that the first, second, and fourth statements are correct, and the third one is wrong because Ashoka was not the founder of Mauryan Empire, right? Ashoka was not the founder of Mauryan Empire. It was Chandragupta, right? Sorry, Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta is again a different Chandragupta, guys. Don't get confused. It's Chandragupta Maurya who was the founder of the Mauryan Empire, right? And Ashoka was just like the third king of the Mauryan dynasty. Other 3 statements are correct. There were 5 major political centers because there was one capital at Pataliputra and also 4 provincial centers in north, south, east, and west directions. Right? They have all these technical terms like Uttarapata, Dakshinapata, Avastipata, and all that stuff. Yeah. So 1 plus 4, 1 capital plus 4 provincial centers. And yes, Megasthenes was a Greek sailor who came to India during the time of the Mauryan rule, and he wrote a book called Indica, detailed accounts of what the Mauryan way of life was. So that is also correct. And yes, Ashoka used his resources to propagate Buddhism, like in every way possible. He he went to an extent where he sent his own son and daughter to the Sri Lankan land to spread the message of Buddhism. That was how much effort he put in order to spread Buddhism, right? So 1, 2, and 4 are correct. No, Pratibha, it's not a Play Store thing. Just go to Google browser and type www.menti.com. Right? Very simple. You don't have to download anything. It's just a Google browser thingy. Okay. That's great, guys, because somebody or the other lives very close to all these historical sites, right? K3, Hastinapur. Nice. Good for you, Yash. Yeah, Tanishk, he propagated Dhamma as well as Buddhism. Ashoka is very, very famous like for as a recognition of a Buddhist king, right? He propagated Dhamma, like his own principles, but mostly the thing is that his principles of Dhamma are majorly based on the Buddhist principles. Yeah, so he followed Buddhism and Dhamma. Okay. Uh, Swada, is that supposed to be like a good score? Is it 40 out of 40 or 40 on something else? Yeah, you can download it from Google Play Store as well, but if you don't want to download it, you can use through the Chrome browser. 40 out of 40. Okay, that's a good job, Swada. Congratulations. Okay, cool. So we'll move on. The next question, consider the following statements regarding Magadha. This time it's Magadha. Magadha was the most powerful Mahajanapada. Option 2. Initially, Pataliputra was the capital of Magadha and later it was shifted to Rajagriha. Statement 3. Elephants were found in abundance in the forests of Magadha. And the question is, which of the following statements is or are correct? Okay, time for answers, guys. Decent enough. Most options I'm getting are D, right? It's right. It's absolutely right. The answer is option D because only first and third statements are correct, right? You know, like all these forests in the central part of India, especially in present day Madhya Pradesh and like Chhattisgarh and all this stuff, they had a lot of forests. And obviously, elephants used to live in the forest. That is why Magadhan region used elephants in their Magadhan dynasty, used the kings. I'm very sorry. Magadhan rulers used elephants in the warfare, right? They had a separate elephantry wing for their military, right? They had chariots, they had horses, they had elephants, they had foot soldiers, and elephantry was very, very powerful because they got such strong elephants from the forests in those particular regions, right? So option 3 is correct. And also the first one out of all the 16 Mahajanapadas, Magadha was the very, very powerful one. A very basic fact which we all know, right? And why option 2 is wrong? Because of the fact that the first capital was Rajagriha and then it got shifted to Pataliputra, not the opposite, right? So here is the reverse of the actual thing which happened. That's why the second statement is wrong. Capital is shifted to Pataliputra, right, Yash? Yeah, Tanishk, exactly the reverse of it, right? The capital was shifted from Rajagriha to Pataliputra, not from Pataliputra to Rajagriha. That's why it's wrong. Okay, cool. Vanita, we do have questions coming up on assertion and reasoning. Thanks for that. Okay, here we are. Assertion and reasoning questions. Cool. The assertion statement says there are limits to what epigraphy can reveal. And the reasoning statement says it is not always easy to be sure about the exact meaning of words, used in inscriptions. These are the two statements. And as far as the options are concerned, option A says both assertion and reason are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Option B, both assertion and reasoning are correct, and R is not the correct explanation of A. Option C, assertion is correct but reason is not correct. Option D, assertion is not correct but reason is correct. Okay, as far as your answers are concerned, most of y'all have given it as answer A, right? Yes, it's absolutely right. The answer is option A, right? We've talked about what are the limitations of epigraphy. Like epigraphy is nothing but the study of inscriptions, right? There are a lot of limitations, especially because some of it might be corroded because of time. Some of it are not clear enough to understand, right? They have been faded off. But another reason is, even though it is clearly visible, the scholar, whoever is investigating it, cannot be sure of the exact meaning, because from situation to situation, from context to context, the meanings of the words keep changing, right? So that is why that is the one of the limitations. And yes, reason definitely complements the assertion in this case. So the option is A. Cool. So most of you are correct. Good job, guys. Okay. The next question we have: which of the following statements is correct about the importance of gender differences in the early societies from 600 BCE to 600 CE? The three statements are: the first one, societies were patrilineal in nature. Second statement, women were allowed to give land grants. Third statement, sons were considered important for the continuity of the family. The options are right there. Put down your options, guys. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Most of you are giving the answer to be option C, which is absolutely right. You are doing a great job, guys. Keep it up. So the answer is both the first and the third statements are correct, right? So obviously we know that patrilineal was followed. Patrilineal is the concept where everything passes down from a grandfather to a father to a son and a grandson. Like that male lineage or like the male members in the family have that lineage. So that's patrilineal, and that was very much followed in the society, and they were considered an important part. Like, you know, if a particular couple has only a girl child and they do not have boys, right, they considered that the family tree just ended there. Yeah, so that is how important sons were considered as, in order for the family tree to be continued. And option 2 is wrong, because women did not have the right to give land grants. But again, there are exceptions, yeah, exceptional cases where the women from royal families or like high caste families, princesses or like queens and all that stuff, they only had the right to issue land grants, not every woman. Yeah, so that's why the second statement is wrong. Okay. The next question. Yeah, for example, the case of Prabhavati Gupta, right? Thanks, Ayush, for that point. Prabhavati Gupta, the Gupta queen, like Guptan queen, who got married into Vakataka kingdom. Yeah. So she actually issued land grants. She had that power. Can you send the PDF of these questions and of Menti ones? Yeah, Tanishq, I can do that. Like, probably I'll put it on the Scholars Telegram channel. Yeah, you can go check that out. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding Sangha, right? Mahapajapati Gautami persuaded Buddha to allow women into the Sangha. That is statement 1. Statement 2, many women who entered the Sangha became teachers of Dhamma and went on to become Teris. Option 3, once within the Sangha, like once you're a part of the Sangha, all were regarded as equal, irrespective of their social standing, right? So which of the following statements are correct? And as far as most of your answers goes, the option is B, right? Where only the second and third statements are correct, right? So why is the first statement wrong? Because Mahapajapati Gautami was not the person who actually persuaded Buddha to allow women into the Sangha, but it was a near and dear friend of Buddha whose name was Ananda, right? So this person was responsible for convincing Buddha to allow women into the Sangha. It was not Mahapajapati Gautami. But who is Mahapajapati Gautami? She was the foster mother of Buddha, right? Who is ordained as the first bhikkhuni. Like she became the first bhikkhuni, right? So that's the significance of Mahapajapati Gautami. That's why the statement is wrong. And yes, the second and third are correct. Once you're a part of the Sangha, irrespective of which economic background you had, irrespective of which social background you had, you were an equal person once you entered the Sangha. Like everybody is equal. And the second statement is also right, because women entered Sangha, like they were permitted, they became teachers first, and after that they became Theris. Like Theris is nothing but like a senior monk or like a senior nun, right? So yeah, second and third are correct. Ananda, yes, Ananda was the disciple. Yeah, you can actually put it that way. Favorite disciple of Buddha. Yeah, that's correct, Tanishk. Foster mother, first bhikkhuni. Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. So, yeah, that brings us to the end of the quiz with 24 questions we've almost answered. I'm hoping this was helpful. Y'all took away something out of the quiz. Okay. So, yeah. Any questions you'll have regarding the quiz or regarding anything from the first 4 chapters, please put them down. Any comments you'll have, suggestions, please put them down in the chat box. I will quickly have a look at them. Okay, Tanishk says very helpful. Cool. Okay. How is this, guys? Did y'all feel it's easy? Difficult? I mean, like some of the questions were tricky as far as I felt, but the other ones were easy because I couldn't give everything so difficult. Yeah. Okay, good questions as far as Menti was concerned. Okay, cool, Yash. Okay, Ayush says, can we get the PDF of this MCQ in Telegram? Yeah. Ayush, I'll definitely put it on the Telegram channel. You can check it out. Yeah, just give me like 1-2 hours time. I'll figure this out and I'll put it on the Telegram channel. Yeah, you can share it amongst yourself. Cool. So that brings us to the end of the quiz. So I'm hoping everybody had fun while also learning something alongside. Yeah. Okay, we'll quickly wind this up, but in the meanwhile, if you have something to say regarding anything, you can put them down in the chat box. Yeah. So again, you again, while the subscriptions you all are making either for Unacademy Plus or Iconic, you can use my code, which is TUM10, and get a 10% off straight away. And there's also an offer going on right now, right? It's a limited offer. It ends by the end of this month. So go quickly grab yours, where you'll get like extra 5 and extra 10% offs. And if you like the content of these videos, please do like it. Also share as much as possible, and also please subscribe to the channel Unacademy, especially scholars in particular. Utkarsh, I don't really have like a Telegram channel, and I'm not supposed to give you the Telegram channel even if I have. So the where I'm going to post this PDF or like the set of questions is on the official Telegram channel of the Scholars website, Scholars channel, right? It's called Scholars. The link for the Telegram channel is in the description below of this video. If you want, you can go join the channel, right? So I will be uploading it on that official Telegram channel of Unacademy. Okay, then I will see you guys again tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Monday. Monday is supposed to be a class for 12th standard people. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on Monday at 6 p.m. Right? We'll be continuing chapter 6, Bhakti Sufi traditions. We are somewhere dealing with Sufis, right? So again, really interesting topics will be coming up tomorrow. So I'll expect you all to see you at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I'll catch you then. Till then, have a good weekend. You still have a half of the day remaining. So have fun, be safe. Thanks so much for tuning in anyways. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye Tanishk. Okay, there's some account called Kim Jong-un. Anyways, bye bye. Bye Utkarsh. Bye Ayush. I'll just hang around for a couple of seconds, guys, in case anybody has questions. But if not, you'll are free to leave. Yeah, you all can leave. Okay, I'm taking that as nobody has questions. So, yeah, have a good weekend, have fun. Bye bye, I'll see you tomorrow.